Yes, we are recording now.
Okay, that means it's
Yep. So, do you guys need our recap from last time?
Yes, please.
Okay, so the last time we were together, you managed to um take Flairtone, aka the mother, by surprise and render her unconscious. You took the kids that were locked up in in the facility along with the muted children outside and be greeted not only by the the Riversong family, but also some of the scouts of the Muirwoods. But you also had an unhappy encounter with some heavily armed guards that insisted on taking all of you under arrest for the death of Flirtone. You managed to uh, kill some of them, put unconscious a few of them, and let one guy run away before heading back to the Muirwood campsite where you all took a much needed rest while the scouts of Muirwood handled the rest of Flairtone and await your decision of what to do afterwards. But first, you before you make that decision, you all need fall off into a deep sleep.
All that coming.
Yeah, and I'm going to give a quick reminder to you, Kat. Nephrite's sleeping on her own, Augment's sleeping by a fire, and everyone else I don't know where else.
I'm sleeping by myself.
Been a while.
Wow.
Yes, Dogman, you find yourself in the familiar waves of a small dreamscape.
Oven is just gonna, like always, sit up and just wait for Avalon.
After a while, you don't quite feel the presence of Avalon as much as you used to.
And he's now thinking in his head. He's thinking something in his head, but I'm not gonna say it because theory bait. But he's gonna get up and actively start looking around for Avalon.
Can you make a perception check for me, please?
Uno momento. That's, I wanted to double check that I'm on normal perception. Cat?
Yep.
Okay, just making sure you're okay.
Yep, just one piece of Roll20 that does not seem to be working on my end for some reason.
We wouldn't have a session if there weren't some kind of technical difficulties.
you start to see what looks to be blue glowing runes on almost every piece of mason in the area.
And Ogden mutters, like, what? He's muttering to himself, what the? As he's looking around and, as best he can, memorizing the looks of these symbols. Because he's going to, later, when he wakes up, add them to his journal.
And as you do, you see something fly up out of the sea in your area.
You okay?
I don't know. It felt like a heartbeat that I'm not familiar with.
When did that happen?
Just now. And you see Avalon look at some of the runes that appear on the pedestals. What are these?
I was about to ask you, so that answers my question. So I know what I'm going to be drawing in the notebook about you. These symbols, so that way we can at least figure them out. However, though, and he's going to continue looking them over, and he wants to see if he can somehow translate or understand them. What's the roll?
That would be history at disadvantage.
Oh, that's unique. Not the worst, not the best.
If you had to make a wild guess, though, this looks a lot ancient. You remember seeing some roots of it in Elven.
The roots of this seem to be Elven. I'll have to get some help from Nephrite or her parents or, oh man. Or any other Elvish person I might be able to get a hand with this, but this is ancient. So I don't even think they'll be able to help. I might have to get Trellis' help with this, but wow. And Ogwen is just in a state of, best way to describe it, awe and confusion.
You think Trellis would know anything about this?
If I had to be honest, I would say he's the second most knowledgeable person in our group.
That's true. Still, I don't know why, but there's this feeling that these symbols are calling to me. I'm scared to go.
Well, to wherever they're calling you, he's going to gently put a hand on Avalon's shoulder. I'm going with you, so you're not alone.
I expect nothing less from my partner in destiny.
Ogden has the one hand on his shoulder, wrap around him into sort of like a shoulder hug.
Hey!
Be thankful I'm not fluffing your hair up.
Don't treat me like a kid. As far as we know, I am eons older than you.
With this, that's a possibility. But since you have the body of a child, I will treat you like a little brother. And he says little brother in the orcish tone he used for Quen.
Yeah, maybe we should save that till we actually find out what I am.
Maybe. I do have a few theories based off of information we have as a group. One of them absolutely terrifies me.
Terrifies
And he has
you. How do you think it's gonna make me feel?
He's gonna let out a sigh of like, do you want to hear my most scary theory?
Yeah. See what's on your mind.
I don't know how to describe it in character as best I can, so I'm gonna describe it out of character. Remember the dream sequence Nephrite had that showed the uncorrupted version of one of the gods? That's pretty much his theory on Avalon being another version of it.
I will admit that that theory does terrify me. But that's all it is right now, a theory. We need more proof that that's actually what's happened to me.
True, that is a distinct possibility. Again, right now we have more theories and questions than answers. Right now the only lead we do have, though, is in Itida.
And that's our next stop.
Yep, that is our next major stop, but with the King's Men situation, we don't even know if heading to Itida is going to be the best call of action. We're going to need to find a way to either go there without the King knowing, or B, just avoid it for now because... and he's just like, both hands are rubbing his temple like, I have so many things that need to go through the head and concerns.
Well, lucky for us, you don't have to bear those worries on your own.
That is true, but another problem we also have is whilst Quinn was abducted, we don't know if they did anything with his earring to either create a listening device to the conversations with it, or if they can hijack it, or whatever. There's just so many problems with that, so I have codename ideas, but I think I'll let everyone codename themselves.
Fun code names, huh? What would you think my code name would be? How about something like Swift, or... How about... I don't know, Handsome?
Out of character, I want to make a reference, but I'm not going to. Well, the only thing I can really know of that, well, based off of any gestures to the entire island, the only one I can really think would be Aquaman.
Hey!
Out of character, it's the best one I can come up with right now, so sue me. Okay, out of character, would you rather have me go with Aqua Lad?
What
Man or Lad?
what would your code name be? Ford? Let's forget that reference. Thank you.
I was thinking either Chief, because I'm now the Chief of the Black Claw, Spirit Handler, or just Big Green.
I would say more tusks because, you know, you got a nice smile with them.
Yes, though. Well, I do know this, though. Hopefully I've been able to remember a lot of the symbols here. Because sadly, and he holds his hands as if he's holding the Avalon Journal, don't have it on me. And I can't really bring it into the dream realm either.
Well, to be fair, you never really have much control whether going into that world or not.
Armin opens his mouth to speak, but it's like, fair counter argument. However, though, we have a lot of information with this to take in. Hopefully, again, I've been trying to memorize them as best I can, so let's see what this leads to.
And I think for that, we're gonna shift focused onto something else.
Yeah. So the normal muting.
Unmuting.
Yep, no. As soon as you enter your dreams, your state of sleep, you feel the cold breath of winter glaze over your body as you sunk into the inner caverns of your mind.
Haven't been in here since before the ball. Look, Akito, I'm sorry about that whole mess with Kyle. Besides, Lori already, well, Nall just looks up at the statue. I already got a big earful about that, and thankfully my cheek stopped stinging.
You're lucky I wasn't there, otherwise it would hit you harder.
I know. I've learned to approach it with a bit more responsibility, and I'm gonna handle it a lot differently when we run into Alex, Luna, and Jessica.
Assuming that they're alive and they're in their right minds.
I seriously, well, they're probably they probably are alive, but as far as this Alpha is concerned, not in their right minds, from what Tana has told me.
Which brings me to my concern. Were there talks of the Alpha controlling them? What makes you think that that same thing won't happen to us?
Now that you mentioned it, I didn't think of that. Maybe because we got away, we didn't fall under that influence.
It doesn't matter whether you were there for 15 years or a day. As soon as you make contact with that Alpha, you're part of the Horde.
I haven't really felt all that much. Well, something changed. I'm not saying there's something unique about me that prevents me from, that, might make me immune to it, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Indeed. As much as it doesn't show, I am concerned about you. You're starting to make a happy life for yourself. Beautiful woman, adding a child no less to your pack. I'm almost concerned there's room enough for me in this relationship.
I honestly don't know how to respond to that. It's been so long, it's only been a few months since I've known you existed. And just,
Just because you didn't know I existed didn't mean I was not there.
And oh no, I guess maybe some sort of some type of twin. That's the only way I can describe it, but
Don't think of it as a twin, it'll hurt your head. And that retrospect will hurt my head. Just think of it as you were before. Two sides of the same coin.
I guess. Yeah, I think we both need a little bit of relief. Got an extra ball in that bowling alley?
We added a pool table too.
When did you? Of course, I didn't. I wouldn't fall for that.
Alright, so as you have a little bit of fun with your other self. Come on.
Now my turn to mute.
I regret nothing with my sidebar comment.
I regret nothing with mine either.
Yep, one of you wakes up in the still air. Shadows everywhere. And a sense of dread fills the room.
Finally!
The question is, are you here, Jovial?
I can spare a few seconds, yes.
Because it's your turn for your dream sequence.
Yeah, they're cooking right now, so I can spare some time.
Alright,
Anyway.
we'll try to make this work then.
Oh, well, this isn't the usual place.
Yes, you wake up. Hard gravel floor that feels like a layer of ash is there. Not a gust of wind blowing on your face. And a sound of what seems to be a hearty drinking song off in the distance.
Would he recognize the drinking song?
Yes, it would. Yes, he would.
Oh, I've not heard this one in a while.
And you hear it coming from this end. Do you need me to move you? Or...
I'm here.
Okay. Before you see 5 gentlemen that looks very familiar, as these were the 5 men who came up with you when you first set off on as a ranger.
What? I've not seen ya in a while. How is ya?
They seem to continue their drinking song, completely unaware that you're there.
What? Hello? Waves a hand in front of face. Hello?
You see one of the men raise their drinking mug, and it goes right through your hand.
Well, either I'm incredibly drunk or something ain't right. I'm willing to bet both.
I would assume that it would be both as well. You see what looks to be a woman in a green tattered dress, long black hair appearing what looks to be floating above the ground.
Oh. Hello?
Hello indeed. I've never seen you around here before. I usually get quite a number of visitors nowadays, but this is a first for you.
It is strange. Usually my dreams are filled with feasts in the grand halls of home. Or in some backwoods tavern.
Yes, simple dreams like that. Only now, you're looking at one of their dreams from the outside. Very few have that ability to do that. My guess is you receive the same invitation as everyone else has who's come here.
What is here exactly?
Most people call it the dream world, or the fade, or a nightmare depending on the situation.
Well, I don't know what I'll call it, but it's a dream like any other.
Yes. And I'm the watcher of dreams. Olenta is my name.
Alright.
Now tell me, why are these men familiar to you?
They're me old drinking buddies, actually. Back when I first left Vil Caldur. As part of the old traditions.
Traditions?
Aye. When a dwarf reaches a certain age, we leave our home to experience the world. Bring fresh ideas back home.
And then what?
And we go on living. Dwarves are traditional folks. I thought we are. Not much changes when it comes to us. As enduring as the stone upon the earth. We survive.
But even stones can crack, or they chip away when they meet a river. Nothing stays stagnant for long, not even traditions.
Aye. Such is life.
And what would you do if those traditions were broken?
Make new traditions, of course. Traditions are things given by the ancestors.
And yet they can be as fickle as the wind at times as well.
Aye. Mortals do tend to be like that.
So it's their traditions to set off into the new world for how long?
As long as we deem. There is no set time limit.
And what if long is too long, or too short?
Now that's the question, isn't it?
And what
How
if...
long? How long does one deem to stay away? That is always the question that we have. I've seen each and every one of these lads go away
And
when they felt that it's their time to go.
And almost on cue, you'd see them start to walk away from each other.
But you know what? We don't feel sad when we leave. Or are we sad when we see them go? Because life is for the living. Not for mourning or for being sad entirely. Be happy for the life we live.
Happy for the life you live. And what if when the day comes when you don't live anymore? You look forward and you see what looks to be a rockin', jagged area with a single coffin.
The grand destination of the final place. But you know what? It's nothing to be worried about.
I am surprised you'd say that, given how much joy you are with living.
Yeah, it is the final place that we all go. Death. The great rest it is. When we finally go to sleep. Forever. Enjoying our ancestors.
The Great Rest? Most people would call it the Great Fear. The fear that they didn't do as much as they could have done.
I've met a few people like that.
That they're worried that if they don't do anything big or exciting, they'd be forgotten in time, which is a fool's errand. But what do you say to those who fear death?
They're foolish to fear death. Death comes for us all, no matter who we are. It's only a matter of accepting it or fearing it. But either way, death comes for us all. It's all the only thing that truly matters when death comes for you is whether you feel like you lived life to the best.
If only a few more people could see the world like you can, it might be a better place.
Most of the world would be drunk off their arses if they were like me.
And as you say that, if you wake up as soon as I can find the map.
Out of curiosity, Jovial, how old is Honir?
80.
Oh wow, that's young.
Compared to a dwarf, yes.
Continuing on, though, we have other stuff to continue on with.
Yeah.
All right, Matt. I gotta get going.
All right.
I'll still be. I'll still be in the session.
Yeah.
Done for.
Don't handle the food. Don't burn down anything.
If you need Holnir, you'll find him drunk, passed out drunk under a table.
Yeah, he's literally passed out on the table, while the rest of you have tents and all that set up and fires set up where you slept. However, for some of you, you get a little too cozy. You see, with the mutant kids, this being their first time sleeping outside their pens, a lot of them were really uncomfortable sleeping outside on the grass, so they used you guys as snuggle buddies.
Out of character, Cat, I want to hug you and slap you at the same time, but mostly hug you.
Where's... Oh.
Don't worry, I saw where Quinn is.
Oh, sure. That's kind of odd, because I remember putting him right here.
Gonna zoom out to about 40 in order for me to try to find everybody.
Yep, you're more
Okay.
near the
Kingdom.
pens because that's where most of the kids asked you where would be a comfortable spot to sleep. And being tired yourself, you slept near there too.
Alright, that makes sense.
And everyone, look at Ogman.
Huh?
Oh.
He's in a dog pile of kids.
Now I know I said I could hug you and slap you. Continuing on, though, let us continue on.
Yep, so you guys wake up with a bunch of kids. What you gonna do?
Not everyone.
The question now is, where's Null and Lorelei?
They're up here.
Up here.
Oh, I didn't see them. Sorry. Continuing on, though. So, continuing on, though, I'll let everyone else go first.
Nephrit ain't doing anything. She knows the kids not moving.
Yeah, I have no idea what I want to do right now.
I mean, what else is Nephrit supposed to do? She got 2 to 3 kids lying across her. She's still in a bit of a rage-induced mood from events of previous sessions, so what do y'all expect her to do? She ain't moving. She ain't moving. She ain't really in the mood to talk to anybody. And if y'all do try to talk to her, I already warned Kat ahead of time on how she would be acting for this session. So y'all really want to try to talk to her, y'all might want to have an emotional barrier around your hearts.
What?
Continuing on, though, is there anything Quinn's doing after waking up?
Well, he does feel better. He's still in a bit of a saddened mood. I guess he'll try to get the others to wake up, especially the other kids, because considering he sees them as family. Quick question: was the gate?
Gate's right here.
Okay. I guess Quinn will shout, "Rise and shine, everyone!"
As you shout, roll d20 for me, please.
Oh boy.
Did you say a d20?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh crap.
Just one.
On.
We don't know if a high roll is good or bad.
Okay. Well, when you yell out, you definitely, made sure you didn't spook the horses when you did that. So the kids wake up, and the horses started to stir, but you kind of got in the back of the head going, thank God I didn't accidentally have a horse kick a kid. What's going on? Why is it so bright out?
That is what we call the sun. It gives us warmth. It gives us warmth, and it also gives us vitamins.
What's vitamins?
How would Gwen even know that?
Yeah.
Quinn, because logic.
No,
Well,
I mean,
that
kid logic I can go behind, but knowing that the sun gives him vitamins, how? Nephrite didn't tell him, Doll didn't tell him, nobody told him. All he would know is that the sun is a big ball of gas.
Probably heard from other people as he was walking around. He pays attention.
You know what, I'm gonna shut up before I say something mean.
Yes, please don't do that. Vitamins are what help us grow up big and strong. Each one of them has their own unique traits and abilities. For example, vitamin C is what helps our bones grow big and strong, so that way they aren't brittle. I don't care if I'm trying to teach him something. Don't ruin it.
Yeah, I'm kind of on Soundwave on this one.
I think Mike just gave you a laugh, didn't it, Cat?
Yes.
Like, I'm sorry, I know that Nephrite is the smartest person in the party, but not even she would have taught him that in all of the downtime they could have had.
Can I give a guess?
Trying to start up the session. I was trying to help start up the session for you guys, and that's what I came up with.
Can I say so? Here's my guess on how Quen heard it. Because remember, he was alone for a bit, so who'd say he didn't sneak into libraries and figure that out via reading?
Cat would have known. And she would have been asking him to do rolls for that.
Yes, I would have.
I was trying to help start the session.
I understand.
Let's continue on, though. Let's continue.
Yes, so as you're trying to educate, in quotation marks, the kids, one of them looks behind you and asks, what's going to happen to Mommy? When you look back and you see her pretty much tied up to a stake, pretty much, with iron chains around her fingers, her waist, and her legs.
I don't really know. No. But To be honest, I think it's probably best she's tied up for now. For the safety of you guys, and for the safety of the camp.
Okay.
Think of it as precaution. And out of character, Cactus, shut up.
I wasn't going to say anything good. I was actually going to say congratulations. You're actually being smart now. And I don't mean that offensively. That is literally a case of, yes, strategy.
Yeah. So with all...
The way... Oh, sorry, Cat.
Yep, go ahead.
I didn't know you were talking. Damn it.
It's okay.
Oh, anyway, did you guys enjoy your rest?
You see the majority of the kids nod.
Well, that's good. A good sleep, a good rest is important for the mind and body. Okay, out of character, that's just common sense.
Anyway, so after all that, the kids run over trying to grab stuff to eat, and by grab, I literally mean grab whatever they can and try to eat it.
Oh no.
Now that's the kid logic I was trying to get behind.
Yeah. So since the only person we haven't heard anything from what they're doing after waking up is Cortana and Augment, so...
Well, out of character, sorry.
I haven't said much anyway, but I suppose at this point Null's getting up and getting ready to make breakfast.
Yeah.
A
So...
lot of people.
Null walking past is just going to see the dog pile on Augment as he's just giving Null a look of, don't say a word.
No problem. I saw nothing. I heard nothing. I didn't even get up this morning.
And I was going to attempt to carefully extract himself from the dog pile whilst gently waking up the children.
What's with the dog pile?
Some kids were left uncomfortable, so they just went to find snuggle buddies, and Augment became the go-to.
Oh. You need help, Augment?
Question, Cat, does he have the ability to use any of his hands right now?
He is now able to use one hand.
He gives just, like, the little bit with his one free hand, like, little bit, sort of, action with his hand for Quinn to signify being like, a little bit of help, please.
Okay. Quinn try to wake up the 4 kids. Nicely.
Make a persuasion check, please.
Can Augment help him?
Yes.
Make that with advantage.
Nice. See? I'm using logic.
I know.
I'm sorry, was I not supposed
I got
to?
it. Give me a minute.
What? Was I not supposed to use logic?
No,
No,
this
you
was
are.
a good time. This was a good time to use logic, but Quinn, knowing what vitamins are, and basically feeling that right shtick. I'm sorry, since when? When did you have a 20 in intelligence, huh? When? Tell me when.
Let's continue on with the session, though. Let's save this for after the session.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I know, I'm just teasing.
Yeah, your persuasion was able to get a few kids off of Augment, but 2 of them are still, like, holding him like, he's a big,
Hard
rock
pillow.
hard pillow.
I try again?
I was gonna shake his head. Don't. Just let them sleep.
You
Just let
sure?
them sleep.
Don't you need to eat? And don't they need to eat?
True. And
It's back.
Cat, question: are both of his hands free now?
Yeah, one is hugging your leg, and the other one's hugging, pretty much laying his head on your stomach.
Okay.
Oh my
Here's how Ogman's gonna wake both of them up. He's going to put both of his hands on each of their heads and gently ruffle their hair while shaking them awake. Time to get up. And he says that gently.
You managed to wake both the kids up.
You say both or one?
Both.
Both.
Ogman is now
That's
going to stand up and do a little stretching.
Well, at least you won't buy the whole bunch of them. Throw them in the horse pen.
Trust me, I probably would have had a dog pile on my hands. Oh, Cortana, what's up?
Shut.
And he's looking behind Quen right now at Cortana because, like, curiosity.
You see her talking to one kid, and she suddenly has a worried face on her.
Katana, you okay?
I'm fine. This kid, he's gonna try to show me something, alright? I'll be right back. I'll meet you guys at the table.
You're not going alone. And Ogman is joining Cortana with his body language saying, you're not going alone.
Oh, I'm joining in on that. Shall we?
Ogman
Okay.
gives Quen a nod.
Okay, so you guys follow her to a tent that is slide open, and the kid says, "This is where the big white lady was, but I was gonna snuggle in with her, but she said she needed to go somewhere, and she left this." And he shows what looks to be a note and an earring.
You did not! I didn't care to count, you did not!
Cortana. Ogman's looking like... Because he's still like half asleep, and his mind hasn't fully caught up to the situation yet.
Maybe it's best we read this with the group.
Agreed.
I didn't care to count, you did not!
It was bound to happen. Either way.
No, not that! No, not that. The way she did it.
Continuing on, though, let's get something to eat, Quen. And Ogman gives Quen a ruffle of his hair with a smile on his face. And also offers Quen a piggyback.
I'm fine, thank you. But we should probably get something to eat before the others eat it all. They're similar to me, after all.
Yes, let's get going.
Remember when I...
You first, Quen.
Is it possible for Quen to get food for both Ogman and himself?
It's gonna be really heavy.
No, Ogman's gonna...
I don't...
Appreciating Quen's offer, he's gonna help Quen out.
And Cortana will try her earring. Left, right. You might want to see this.
If it's any bad news, I'd rather stay distant. If it's any good news, I would love to hear it right here and now. If it's any minute news, same thing as for the good news. As at this point in time, if it's regarding a certain person, just keep it in the earring, because I really, really, really don't want to move right now.
Alright. She's gone.
At this point, I'm not even surprised.
And she left a note and her earring.
At this point in time, I don't even know what to say. Should I be mad at her for running off again? Should I be glad that at least she finally thought about leaving us with some notification? Should I be guilty for making her run away because of how distant I am putting myself? Actually, I know exactly how I should feel right now. Numb. I shouldn't be, but I am.
I'm sorry.
And if you decide to send Quinn over here to try and perk up my morning, keep him at a distance, because this is the one time where my tongue is unsheathed and it will hurt anyone, including those I care about.
Out of character question, is this over the earring to all of us?
Yep.
Yep.
Always
you can
good.
Nal
just
just sighs as he's cooking. Yep, Nal just sighs as he's cooking. Can't say I'm surprised. I'll keep my distance, Nephrite. I may not show it, but she was pushing. It was starting to get to me as well. So much can push me to the edge, and I even warned her back when we were retaking Mirrorwood from Magdid. By the time we got to, by the time we were dealing with Flaretone, I just was so fed up that I didn't care about the warnings anymore. I was done. And whatever she chose to do, that was on her.
Nice.
But just for the sake of curiosity, what does the letter say?
We'll save it for when most of us are together. We'll let you know later.
No, let's have Cortana read out when the majority of us get there, and let Nephrite join us when she's ready.
Alright.
If you're okay with that,
no.
Nephrite.
Now we'll finish up making the meal and grab a plate for himself. Stop. Just reconvene at one of the tables, and I'll read the note. Yes.
We didn't get a response from Nephrite when I was going to ask, is that okay with you?
Oh.
That'll be fine. And no. Just whenever you get the chance, could you make a really, really strong cup of coffee for me? I don't care what's in it, just make sure as strong as you can make it.
Sure thing. I'll get to that just immediately after we read the letter.
Thank you.
Just more or less inhales his breakfast as cleanly as possible and then quickly rushes over to the rest of the group.
Alright. You all gather together minus Nephrite as Cortana opens up the letter and reads it. Hey guys, I know what you are going to say about this. but this is my choice. With this adventure with the children taken from their families, worries filled me with my own family and friend, who are still missing. And with everything that's been going on, that stupid king in Salius and the liberation of the Dragonborns, I still worry about them and fear the worst. It took a lot of thought, and with everything the group has to do, finding my family is put on the back burner. But these thoughts of my loved ones will not leave my head, as well as the feeling of worry and heartbreak. I love you all very much, like a second family to me, but I have to find them. I know what you would say and possibly want to come with me, but you all have other missions to do and other people to save with these marks. This has to be my mission and my task. I do have a few words to say to some of you. Nephrite, I know this move of mine will kill a lot of brain cells, but you and I both know that us butting heads would have brought the group down a lot. Maybe with this space now, we can both finally breathe and can see each other again as friends. Cortana, you've been a good friend to me, and I hope that stays that way. Augman, Evelyn's been kinda cute, and you've been really helpful smashing things up. No, I hope you and your girlfriend have a fantastic life. Alish, we don't talk that much, and that's probably a good thing. Holnir, I'm glad I found a good drinking partner now. And finally, Quen, I'm so sorry to leave you like this. You're my little hatchling, and I care so much for you so much. And if I could, I would ask to take you with me. But I don't know how dangerous my journey will be, and you'll be a lot safer with this group than with me. Plus, you need to stand up to your mother and be strong and have resolve in your heart. And I know you will grow into the best you can be. Just mess with Nephrite a little. Just mess with Nephrite for me every once in a while. She needs to loosen up from time to time. Again, I'm so sorry, but this is for the best. Best of luck, and hope we see each other again. Days of the Stubborn.
I can't. I am literally crying right now.
Heartfelt letter, and I'm typing up my reaction to during the reading part, so give me a moment.
Suppose this is her own way of taking care of herself. Don't know if it's genuine or not. But she... Kind of like what I was talking about last night, Cortana. People like this, you gotta learn to find their own way. Maybe even just have a way to help themselves if they have any hope of... If they're gonna build any sort of long-lasting relationship with other people.
This was also probably for the best. She needed to figure herself out more before dragging us down. I know it sounds mean, but I don't know how to feel about this. Afraid. Did you hear all that?
I got it. I honestly don't know how you all think I should react. Null pretty much said everything that's on my mind. After all the stunts she has pulled, all of the punishments that she has been given, she's never listened once. All the times we've tried to talk to her, she's never listened once. And after listening to that note, we know all exactly who she cares about more in this party. So seeing all of us as a second family, quote unquote, part of my language, but that's a load of bull. In my honest opinion, through all of the observation I've seen, she's only cared for Quinn or any random child that we've seen. Many of you already know the stunt that happened in Nihilia. I still hang that over her head, and I don't care if she feels any remorse later on. That is a stunt that needs to hang over her head for how dangerous that was. And I don't care if I'm still hanging on to the past. In my personal opinion, the past does affect everything within the future. Let it be relationships, goals, what have you. So in my honest and personal opinion, that note can burn like the rest of the embers in this fire in front of me. That's not an apology. That is a simple scapegoat for her to feel remorse for her own sake. And Quinn, if you ever mess with me like that letter says, let it be known, I'm not like Deja. I'll loosen up on my own terms, not through a joke.
So, I think it's high time you get that cup of coffee, Nephrite. I'll head over and make it right away.
Thank you.
Need cream or sugar?
2 cream, 1 sugar.
I just didn't think it would. First time, I never thought it would be this hectic, but when we first got together like this, Lori. And I didn't think someone would push my buttons like that. Intentional or not.
There'll always be people like that in the world. You just have to accept those people for what they are. You know how much they bug you and all that. It's up to them to be willing to change or not.
It's fair to say that true to her moniker, Deja was too stubborn to change.
Mm. You've changed a lot.
You helped a lot with that. Definitely wouldn't, if it wasn't for you and all that you've done for Berkeley that had 15 years now, 13. I'd be under the influence of that stupid alpha.
Well, I'm glad in a way. But still, we haven't even gone through the ceremony yet and you're already thinking about kids?
Yeah, sorry about that. I should have asked you beforehand. It's just that 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 Bertone was the only mother that she knew. She deserved someone better. Better mother than you, and I guess a better father than me.
Well, thank you for putting me up as a consideration for Mom of the Year, I suppose.
Well, neither of us have much experience in being parents, but what do you think of Hope so far?
Well, like any child, she has a lot to learn. It'll be a slow and steady feel for her, but she's a bright girl.
Yeah. I just feel bad that we had to that we can't take her with us. It's too dangerous even for someone like her. We have to leave her in the care of the River Songs.
That's actually something I wanted to talk to you about too. I'm thinking of staying with the River Songs as well. They've got a lot of kids now. There's too many for them to handle. And if they, especially for the mutated kids, if they're in charge of someone like me, she rolls up her hand and shows her marks. Maybe they'll be a lot easier to come around. Besides, they might need my help when negotiating with the Black Claw gang. I can be a bridge between the Mirrorwood citizens and them.
Guess this was... I didn't expect that to happen. If that's your choice, I can't sway you. He just gives Lori a hug and just finishes up making the coffee for Nephrite and heads over to deliver it.
Hey, it's not like I'm gonna be gone forever. She kind of points to her earring. I'm just a call away if you ever need anything.
Yeah, I know. Just... like I said, unexpected, but... God, I'm sorry, honey. I'm a little stunned right now with all that's happened.
I understand. I'm sorry to spring it on you first thing in the morning like this, but...
Yeah. You know what? The heck with it. Null's gonna make himself a coffee too. Same strength. Knocks it back quickly. Ugh, jeez. Maybe I should start having coffee more often. But in any case, take care of yourself, my tiger.
You too, my dragon. And she gives him, a kiss on the lips.
And Null's just gonna head over to Nephrite and deliver the coffee. And as he delivers it, he just has this little somber look, but trying to be optimistic. Just nods and walks off, not to bother her.